going on, everybody? Hope all you guys had a good Father's Day weekend. We're out here, my two little helpers in there. We're out here and I wanted to work on this thing today. I have some really cool parts for it, which are over here and on my failed attempt at a concrete countertop thing. So what we're going to be doing today is installing this Glacier Diesel intercooler boot kit. There's 4 boots. They're 4-ply boots. Should be really, really nice boots. They come with these really nice spring clamps. But I was thinking, how can I take it up a notch? Because I just didn't want to put boots on and that's it. So what I'm going to be doing is using this. Okay, gold heat tape. For 2 reasons I want to do this. First reason being, I'm not gonna powder coat these pipes because that might happen later. I feel like it. Second reason, I kind of want to test it out a little bit because all you see is powder coat or paint, maybe some polished stuff. I don't know if anybody's polishing their pipes, but you never see them wrapped. And my thought was, why? A lot of guys, this is a stock intercooler, but a lot of guys spend extra money on their intercooler to keep the heat out of the charge air. Well, you have your pipes that are in the engine compartment soaking engine heat. So my thinking with this is, if I wrap them in this gold heat tape, it is actually heat tape, that maybe it'll deflect some of that heat and keep it out of the pipes. So we're gonna try that today, and I tried to find a good way to test this for you guys, to show you some numbers. And what I was going for was to hijack the reading off this sensor right here. That sensor right there is your EGR temp sensor. Okay, well, my EGR has been relocated, and I think that they disabled the reading on that. Either that, or the CTS3 just doesn't pick that up, which is fine. It's fine. So, without further ado, we're going to get these pipes out. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do to clean them. My little helpers, this one and that one, will probably help as well. But let's get into it. Let's see what we can't get done. Alright, so we got our pipe out, passenger side pipe, a little dirty, but anytime, just add this to this whole thing, anytime you have this, your intake off your turbo, it'd probably be a good idea to get in there and give her a wiggle. You're checking for in and out, which would be this, which this one's still tight. Up and down, we're still doing good. So this whole thing might be a little loaded, but we're gonna use this right here to clean the pipe. It's Waxedshine Safe Acid. It's actually an acid cleaner, and it's safe. But I already forgot something I needed. So, Scotch-Brite. We need Scotch-Brite. And while I'm doing this, I wanted to tell you guys, before I got too ahead of myself, everything will be down in the description. I have links to everything that we used today. But one thing I did want to say is, yeah, the links make it easy, and I would hate to tell you guys not to use them. But at the same time, for these parts for these trucks, I cannot stress it enough to support your local diesel shops. Because without them, or without your support, they wouldn't be there. So anytime we can support your local shop or your shop of choice, I would do that more than the alternative. But I will say that everything we are using and doing is down below in the description, so feel free to check that out. Thanks, buddy. Good. You want to turn the water off? So we have our pipe all nice and clean. We have our tape. And the way that this tape works...
It's what?
It works. It's got a paper back that you peel off. So it's not sticky right now. So what we're going to want to do when we go to wrap this thing is we want to stay out of where the boot seats, so we don't hinder that at all. And then we're just going to want to go around
and around
and around and around and around. And I want to make it look as good as possible. Also, you may want to make sure you have a little bit of an overlap. So
we wrapped it around, and now we're gonna do another thing.
Yeah, what are we gonna do next?
Oh no. What, Dad?
I don't know.
And then we're gonna put the tube on, and luckily we'll even do all our stuff and wrench the bolts.
Gonna wrench the bolts. Oops.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay.
And then I'm gonna do the other stuff. But it's gonna be a really fun thing.
So it's not perfect, but this tape is not very forgiving. So next thing I want to do is I want to go through and I'm going to roll basically all the creases just to kind of make them a little smaller. Alright, so we got the one side out and done, wrapped up. So now I need to take this other side out, which shouldn't be difficult at all, but like I said before, there is a blow-off valve on this truck, and it is in this pipe. So I'm going to set you guys up here, and we are going to get it out as well. So I kind of saw that coming. This one was a little more difficult to get out because this Turbo Smart blow-off valve was in the way. What'd you do?
I got one truck.
Good job. So what we're gonna do with this one, pretty much the same as the last one. Clean it, but I am gonna take the blow-off valve off before I clean it, because I really don't want that thing getting gross. I pulled this inside, this whole show inside. Hopefully you guys can see me still. It's starting to sprinkle and rain a little bit harder out there, and I just don't I don't see a need to be out there. So I need to explain this to you guys real quick before we get started. This pipe here, obviously it is not the factory, I'm going to call it the cold side pipe. This is actually an MBRP aluminum pipe. I think it's aluminum. Pretty sure it's aluminum. No, I'm not so sure. Anyway, this is an MBRP pipe because we had to weld on the bung for the blow-off valve, and a couple other ports they welded in there too. So it's gonna work the same as the factory unit, you know, as far as this part of the show, but I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. I'm sure you guys figured that out, that this is not a factory deal, but I just wanted to make sure. So with this one being different, I think I cut off a little piece, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get it around here first, kind of do all my detail pieces first before I actually wrap this thing. This section is going to be really tricky up through here, and I really don't know how it's going to work out and what I'm going to end out with, but that's part of it. We're just going to kind of piece it together and try it. So let's see here. I think first thing I'm going to do is cut this into a strip. So while I'm doing this, I guess I could touch on what I said earlier about supporting your local shops. I know not everyone has a local shop, but there are a lot of great shops out there that would be more than happy to get you anything you need. Like, I'm not going to tell you the whole story on how I ended up with my boots, but basically I got them from Siskiyou Diesel down in Medford, and those guys there, if you don't have a local shop, give them a shot, because they're awesome. They're great people. They're awesome to work with. Really nice, really knowledgeable. So if I could recommend anything, I mean, give them a shot and see what they can do for you, because I know they've helped me out a lot in the past finding parts and actually some of the stuff that's upcoming that I already have lined out, they helped me source my parts for, which I'm really, really grateful for. So, little spoiler on that. Well, not really a spoiler, just just keep it in mind. There's some stuff coming that I didn't think I would do this soon. I guess I could say both visually and performance-wise. And I really wish I could would just break down right now and tell you, but I want to make sure you guys are sticking around for that. Which I guess I could throw a shameless plug in there and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and liking the videos. I don't push this because I just don't think I need to, but at the same time, I really appreciate that you guys watch these videos and hopefully you take something from them. I never want to be the guy to give false information, so I try my best to kind of understand what I'm doing before I get into it, so that what you guys end up with is decent. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know at all. I basically started this whole channel to not only kind of bring you guys what I may or may not know, but I want to learn from you guys as well. Everybody out there has something they are good at and they know. So if you guys ever see anything that can be improved on or something I'm doing wrong that I'm not catching, please let me know, because that's kind of what I want to do with this whole channel is learn. And I want to be able to share that same information with you guys. So there's that too. What I'm doing right now is I'm going through and I'm kind of making little pieces, if you can see that, kind of filling these cracks. I already wrapped that. It's gonna be a bear to wrap. I know that. Once I get up in this section, I might do it in chunks. I think that's gonna be the easiest way to do it. So we'll see. But for now, I got one more pizza put in there, and then I'm gonna make one wrap here. Oh boy, and then we're gonna move on. We're gonna start wrapping the whole thing. This is what I mean about this. So this, like we had before, we have some wrinkling here. It just doesn't move like duct tape would. And I wanted to keep my sealing surface free. So I do think when I get up to here, I will be doing that piece by piece. But for now, we could work on this main section, get it wrapped. Alright, sorry to delay you guys, but I just gotta take a minute to appreciate this. This little guy. That's what this weekend's about. It's Father's Day weekend. That guy, he loves this thing about as much as I do. Without that guy right there, I don't think there's a lot of things I would do. So I just thought about this. I'm not gonna bore you guys with doing this chunky stuff, So I will bring you guys right back. Let me just get that done. Alright guys, I got them all on. The boots are on, they're wrapped up, everything's put back together. And I was trying to justify to you guys why to do this, right? And I don't have a good concrete way of showing you if the charge pressures drop in temperature. But after seeing them all done, I don't think I need proof. There is proof enough. So this is why I do this. This is why I do this, because I love it. And just looking at the front end of this truck right now, there's so many awesome companies that have the same passion for this stuff. You have the Far From Stock condenser cover. Those guys, they live Dodge. They live trucks, right? They're amazing. Go check them out. I'm not trying to plug everybody here, but you have a Far From Stock condenser cover, which is amazing. You have a Turbo Smart blow-off valve, which if you guys want me to do a review on that or talk about it, because it's pretty controversial when you start looking into this stuff. Some people love them, some people hate them, some people think it's an awesome idea, some people think it's a horrible idea. If you want my opinion, let me know in the comments down below and I will give that to you. But just look at it. This, to me, is awesome. We got the pipes back in. I figured since you guys saw me take them out, putting them back in is just the opposite. Easy enough. The Glacier diesel boots went on really good. They're really snug. You can see a little bit of gold peeking in there, I think. Same with this side, a little bit there. And it's just subtle. I don't know if you can see those in there, but it's just a subtle touch. I mean, it looks really bold when you're doing it out and you got the pipes out, but once you get things in and put together, it's not so bad. So I think we're gonna call that a day, guys. I appreciate you guys sticking around, watching along. We'll remind you guys, all the links are gonna be down below. There's a lot of Amazon links, but like I said before, support your diesel shops, especially for things like the boot kits and things like that. But I will have all the links down below. What am I missing? I already said like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, keep along. There's gonna be some big changes coming. One's rolling stock. Things are going to change there big time, and we're just going to keep plugging away. We got some parts lined up. We got some little odds and ends lined up. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.